today we are going to discuss about the characteristics of acids and bases and their behavior. Okay. Now acids have generally sour to taste. Acids, they are good conductor of electricity in aqueous solution. Now acids, they react with alkali to form salt solution. Now acids, they turn the blue color litmus to red color, and acids especially react with active metals like alkali metals, magnesium metal, aluminum metal to liberate the dihydrogen gas. Okay. Now come to bases. Bases, they are bitter in taste, they have soapy to touch, and bases react with acids to form again salt solution, and bases aqueous solutions also good conductor of electricity. And one more important thing, bases react especially with amphoteric metal like magnesium, aluminum to liberate the dihydrogen gas. Okay, and bases turn the red litmus into blue color. So these are the some characteristics of what? Acids and bases. After that, what are the theories behind the acids and bases? To explain the behavior of acids and bases, we have three important concepts. Number one, Arrhenius concept. Number two, Bronsted-Lowry concept, and number three, Lewis concept. Okay. Now, the first concept is the Arrhenius acid-base concept. According to Arrhenius acid-base concept, the definition of an acid is a substance which containing hydrogen. Okay, a substance which containing hydrogen and giving hydrogen ions when it is dissolved in the water. Simple definition, we can say a substance which producing H plus ions or hydrogen ions when it is dissolved in the water. Okay. The general formula of a acid according to Arrhenius is Ha. When acid Ha dissolved in water, what happens? It produces hydrogen ions, that is H plus ions. Such compound which produces the H plus ions when it is dissolved in the water is called acid. Okay. There are a lot of example: hydrochloric acid, sulfuric acid, nitric acid, acetic acid, phosphoric acid. Lot of example we have. Okay. These are some examples. Now there are again three types of acids which depend upon the number of H plus ions produced per molecule of a acid. Okay. Now basic acid, it is also known as monoprotic acid. Monoprotic acid, which produces only one H plus ion per molecule. The general formula I am writing Ha, where Ha in water dissociated to give only one H plus ion. Example: hydrochloric acid, nitric acid, acetic acid also. Okay. Now basic acid known as a diprotic acid. Diprotic acid, which produces 2 H plus ions per molecule. That means, let's suppose I have a general formula of a diprotic acid H2A to give rise to 2H plus A minus 2. Now here best example, sulfuric acid. Okay. Phosphorus acid H3PO3, oxalic acid H2C2O4. Okay. Now tribasic acid, that is H3A, it is also called triprotic acid. Triprotic acid. Okay, which give 3 H plus ions. Which give how many H plus ions? 3 H plus ions. So example, phosphoric acid, that is the molecular formula of phosphoric acid is H3PO4. Okay. Now the important question is the boric acid H3BO3. Boric acid known as a orthoboric acid. It is not a Arrhenius acid. Remember, you may think here 3 hydrogens are there which can give H plus ion during the dissolving in water, but actually boric acid is a Lewis acid. We will discuss in the continuation. Okay. Remember this. Now important thing is the H plus ions in water, they are extremely hydrated. That means due to high charge density, H plus ion due to small size and high charge. So high charge density species, it combining with the water molecule in solution. In aqueous solution, H plus unstable, they readily combine with water, because in water oxygen has two lone pair of electrons, whereas in H plus ion there is a vacant s orbital. The lone pair will be donated to the vacant s orbital, thereby forming covalent coordinative bond to form a hydronium ion, which is known as a H3O plus. Indirectly H plus nothing but H3O plus. Remember, whenever in the question calculate the concentration of H3O plus, nothing but indirectly H plus ion concentration we have to calculate. So by default concentration of water to be taken as a constant. Okay. Now further, if this ion is get hydrated, you will get H5O2 positive charge. Further, if this ion get hydrated, again you will get H7O3 positive. But the major species we will discuss here H3O positive, that is the hydronium ion. Now, what is the definition of a base? According to Arrhenius, any substance which produces hydroxyl ions when dissolved in water. Now, what is the definition of hydroxyl ion? Hydroxyl ion nothing but the OH negative ion, OH minus ion. Any substance which produces hydroxide ions when it is dissolved in water is called a base. The general formula of a base BOH. When it is dissociated in water, what happens? It produces OH minus ions. It produces OH minus ions. That compound is called base. Now there are different types of bases, especially we have alkali metal hydroxide, sodium hydroxide, potassium, rubidium hydroxide, alkaline earth metal hydroxides, barium hydroxide, calcium hydroxide, magnesium hydroxide, etc. Okay. Now here again there are three types of the bases depending upon the number of OH minus ions furnished per molecule. Okay. That is monoacidic base which giving only one OH minus ions, diacidic base which giving two OH minus ions per molecule, and triacidic base which giving 3 OH minus ions per molecule. Okay. Now these are some example given you. So sodium hydroxide is the best example for monoacidic base. Okay. Or potassium hydroxide. Even ammonium hydroxide or ammonia is also monoacidic base. In case of magnesium, diacidic bases magnesium and calcium hydroxide and barium hydroxide, these are the good examples. Okay. For triacidic bases, best example ferric hydroxide, aluminum hydroxide. Now here also the OH minus ions also having due to high charge density, they are hydrated in water in the form of H3O2 minus, H5O3 minus, H7O4 minus. Okay. Now here the strongest bases in periodic table formed by alkali metals. Except to lithium, the remaining all alkali metals will form strong alkalis. Okay. Now, what is the definition of neutralization according to Arrhenius? When acid combined with a base to form salt and water is called neutralization. We know. Okay. Now let's suppose we are taking one base, that is the NaOH, and we are taking one acid, that is the HCl. NaOH dissociated as a Na plus and OH minus, HCl dissociated as a H plus and Cl minus in water. Okay. Then mutually combined to form a salt, that is NaCl and water. Okay. Now here if you observe on both the sides Na plus ion and Cl minus ions are common, so they are cancelled out. So final the net reaction will be H plus and OH minus will give H2O. This is called neutralization reaction. Okay. Now how to calculate the strength of acids and bases? With the help of the equilibrium constant Ka and Kb. Okay. As the Ka value increases, the acidic strength of acid increases, while the Kb value increases, the basic strength of the basic nature increases, because the Ka value directly proportional to concentration of H3O plus or H plus ion. Here Kb directly proportional to concentration of the OH minus ions. If the concentration of H plus ions or H3O plus ions increases, Ka increases, acidic strength increases. If the concentration of OH minus ions increases, then Kb increases, then basic character also increases. Okay. Now the second important theory we have Bronsted and Lowry theory. These are the two people independently explain the acid-base behavior in terms of proton. That's why this theory is also known as a proton theory. Now, according to this theory, what is the definition of a Brownstedt acid? Brownstedt acid is a substance which donates proton to the other substance. A substance which donate a proton, that means a substance which has a tendency to donate a proton, is called a Brownstedt acid. The simple definition of a Brownstedt acid is a proton donor. The simple definition which we have to easily identify, a proton donor is a Brownstedt acid. A proton donor is a Brownstedt acid. Now there are different types of acids. Okay, hydrochloric acid, sulfuric acid, that means whatever the arsenous acids are there, we can consider they are as a Brownstedt acids. Yes, because in both the cases H plus ion should be releasing in water. Okay, now here these are the other examples: acetic acid, carbonic acid, water and ammonia. Now come to Brownstedt bases. The definition of a Brownstedt base: a substance which has a tendency to accept a proton. That is a proton acceptor. A base is defined as a proton acceptor. Let's suppose Cl minus, Br minus, I minus, F minus, acetate ion, nitrate ion, even ammonia and water. They are also act as acids as well as bases. This is very important. Ammonia and water both are Brownstedt acid as well as Brownstedt bases. Such species which act as both acid as well as base, nothing but amphoteric species. Amphoteric species. Now here, what is the definition of a conjugate base? When acid loses H plus ion to give a residual known as a conjugate base. What is the definition of a conjugate base? When an acid loses H plus, the residual part which is obtained is known as a conjugate base. If you have hydrochloric acid, remove the H plus, what is the residual part? Cl minus. Cl minus is called conjugate base of hydrochloric acid. Now from ammonium ion, if you remove the H plus, you will get ammonia. Ammonia is a conjugate base of ammonium ion. Now you have hydrogen sulfate. If you remove the H plus ion, you will get a sulfate ion. Sulfate ion is called conjugate base. Okay. Let's suppose you have acetic acid. From acetic acid, if you remove the H plus ion, what you will get? Acetate ion. This acetate ion is called what? Conjugate base of the acetic acid. These are some examples. Now what is the definition of a conjugate acid? Now when a base, that is a proton acceptor, when a base accepting a proton to give a compound known as a conjugate acid. Now the reverse. In this first case, what happens? Acid loses proton to give a corresponding conjugate base. Now next one, conjugate base, conjugate acid. That means base accepting a proton to give corresponding conjugate acid. Let's suppose we have Cl negative. When it accepting the H plus ion to give HCl. HCl is called conjugate acid of the Cl negative. That is the base. Okay. Now come to acetate ions. Acetate ions, when they combine with H plus ions to give acetic acid. Now nitrate ion, when it combine with H plus to give nitric acid. Nitric acid is a conjugate acid of nitrate ion. Acetic acid is a conjugate acid of acetate ion. Okay. Now the important definition is conjugate acid base pair. This is a very important definition. When an acid and a base, a pair of acid and base which differ by one proton, which differ by a single proton, is called conjugate acid base pair. Are you getting my point? Now here there is one example given here: Ha plus B minus equilibria Hb plus X minus. Here there are two reactions, forward reaction and backward reaction. Okay. Now if you observe in the forward reaction, what about the Ha? Ha act as acid because it containing hydrogen, so it give H plus ion to the B negative. That's why Ha is known as a acid. Let's suppose this is acid 1. Okay. Now after losing proton Hx, it will give X negative. X negative is called conjugate base of Hx acid. So this is the acid 1, this is the base 1. And these two differ by one single proton H plus ion. That's why these two pair is called conjugate acid base pair. Conjugate acid base pair. And one more important thing, it is a reversible reaction. In this reversible reaction, if you observe, what happens? Hb is a acid. because it containing proton. Now it has a tendency to donate the proton. Now X minus, initially what happens? HX loses proton and it forms X minus. Now X minus has a re-tendency to accept the proton. That means it has ability to accept the proton from the acid. That's why it acts as a base. Okay. Now after getting the proton from the Hb, now again it will return back to the HX and Hb become B negative. Okay. Hb is a conjugate acid. Now corresponding base is B minus. So there are two acids and two bases. That means two acid base pair. Each acid base pair which differ by one single proton is known as what? Conjugate acid base pair. Let's suppose I have hydrochloric acid. Now Cl negative. This is called conjugate acid base pair because both differ by only one H plus ion. Remember. Let's suppose sulfuric acid is there. If you remove one H plus ion, you will get HSO4 minus. So these two pairs are called conjugate acid base pairs. Okay. Now HSO4 minus can also lose one more proton because it is a diprotic acid. After losing the second proton, it will give SO4 minus 2. Now these two will be conjugate acid base pair because both have one H plus ion difference. Okay. Now here there are some examples given, acid and conjugate base. Okay. Now the important thing is the conjugate acid base pair reaction. What happens? Always reaction favor from strong to weak. That means strong acid, strong base will always give weak acid and weak base. If the acid is strong, conjugate base will be weak and vice versa. Similarly, if the base is strong, its conjugate acid will be weak and vice versa. This is very important. If acid is strong, conjugate base is weak. If acid is weak, conjugate base is strong. If base is strong, conjugate acid is weak. If base is weak, conjugate acid is strong. This is very important. Okay. Now here I given one tabular form. List is given here. In this list what happens? From top to bottom, if you see, the SD character decreases. In the topmost there is a HClO4, that is a perchloric acid. This is the strongest acid in this table. Okay. Now next one we have HI. Next we have HBr and H2SO4, HCl and so on. As we move from top to bottom, if you see, what about the SD character gradually decreases. Okay. The topmost we have most acidic nature, that is the perchloric acid. We know strong acid conjugate base is weak. So if the perchloric acid loses proton to give a perchlorate ion, which is a weakest conjugate base. So now what I am writing here, this is a strongest acid. This is the perchloric acid. This is the weakest conjugate base. Weakest conjugate base. Now if you see in the bottom, this is the weakest acid. Weakest acid. Hydrocarbons are very weak acids. Weakest acid conjugate base will be strongest. This is the strongest conjugate base. We know in the organic chemistry, carbon ions are very strong, powerful nucleophiles. They can also act as a bases. Okay. Now this is a very important table. Once again I am telling, this table is very important. In this table we are observing acid and its conjugate base. From top to bottom, acidic character decreases and basic character increases. This is very important table. In this table the observable information is hydronium ion. If you see hydronium ion, that is H3O plus. Whatever the acids above the hydronium ion, if you see, when these acids are dissolving water, they produce H plus ions. H plus ions exist in the water as a H3O plus ion. That is very important. And one more important observation here, water. Water, if you observe, compared to alcohol, compared to alkyne, compared to ammonia, hydroxide, if you see methane, hydrogen, water will be the strong acid. Remember. Okay. Now, just now I told you strong acid conjugate base weak, like that. What is the definition of a strong acid? Strong acid which has a greater tendency to donate the proton. What is the definition of weak acid? Weak acid has a less tendency to lose the proton. What is the definition of a strong base which has a great tendency to accept the proton? Okay. Now what is the definition of a weak base? tendency to less tendency to accept the proton. So these are some example given to you. Now how to identify conjugate acid and conjugate base? Suppose in the question write the conjugate acid, that means given one we should take base. If the question is write the conjugate base, the given we should take acid. If it is acid, acid should lose H plus to give conjugate base. If it is base, base must accept proton to give corresponding conjugate acid. Okay. Now there is a very important hint I provided here. Every conjugated acid has one excess of proton. Suppose in the question write the conjugate acid, given species, if you add one proton to the given species, then you will get the conjugate acid. And one more important thing, every conjugate base has one less number of proton. One proton will be less. This is the hint to write the conjugate acid and conjugate base. Okay. Now here there are some compounds given to you. Write the conjugate acids of the following. Now here conjugate acid of the following. That means conjugate acid should containing one proton excess. That means you have to add one proton to the each species so that you will get the corresponding conjugate acid. Are you getting my point? Now in the first one, if you add one proton, you will get HSO4 minus. Now in the second one, RNH2, you will get RNH3 plus. NH2 negative, you will get ammonia. And your ether, this is C2H5. Ethers basic in nature. Okay. Oxygen has two lone pair, one lone pair donated with 2 H plus ion. Next this is HF, this is H3PO2, this is H3PO3. All these are conjugate acids. Conjugate acid should containing one proton excess to the given. Okay. Now come to next question, conjugate base. Conjugate base must containing one proton less. So now what I am doing here, I am removing one proton from the each species so that I will get the corresponding conjugate base. The question is write the conjugate base. That means given one must be acid. So what is the definition of acid? Acid should donate proton. So if you remove the proton, you will get NO2 negative, you will get O minus 2, you will get here HCO3 minus, you will get here ClO4 minus, here H2PO4 negative, here HPO4, this is H3PO3, H2PO4 minus, this is minus 2, here CH3 minus, here H minus. Are you getting my point? Now here one more question is there, conjugate base and conjugate acid of the amphoteric species. What is the definition of a amphoteric species? The species which can act as a both acid as well as base. Now first question, hydrogen sulfide. Now here we have to write both conjugate acid as well as conjugate base. Just now I told you how to write the conjugate acid by adding one proton. So you will get H2S. How to write the conjugate base? By subtracting the proton. So you will get S minus 2. Similarly, ammonia, if you see here we have to write what is conjugate acid and what is conjugate base. Now this is conjugate acid because one proton will be excess. This is conjugate base because one proton will be less to the given. Okay. Now similar manner, if you see ammonia also act as a amphoteric species. If you add one proton, you will get NH4 plus. This is a conjugate acid because every conjugate acid has one proton excess. And if you subtract the proton, you will get NH2 negative. This is a conjugate base. And next one is bicarbonate. If you remove the proton, you will get carbonate. If you add the proton, you will get carbonic acid. In carbonic acid, what happens? One proton will be excess, that is conjugate acid. Bicarbonate, proton will be lost, so you will get carbonate. This is a conjugate base. Okay. Even water is also amphoteric in space, amphoteric species. Okay. Now here, if you Add the proton, you will get H3O plus. This is a conjugate acid. If you subtract the proton, you will get OH negative. This is a conjugate base. And one more is there, H2PO3 minus. Now what happens if you remove the proton, if you add the proton? Okay. H3 here, H3PO3, here HPO3 minus 2. Okay. If you add the proton, you will get a conjugate acid. If you subtract the proton, you will get a conjugate base. Okay. Now, after that, there is one important note here given. Ammonia and water both are amphoteric species. That is number one. Number two, all anions which containing the acidic hydrogen must be amphoteric species. All anions which containing, once again, all anions, incomplete statement. All anions with acidic hydrogen should be amphoteric in nature. Are you getting my point? This is very important. I will tell you with one example. Here, suppose I am taking phosphoric acid. What is the molecular formula of a phosphoric acid? H3PO4. Do you know this is a tribasic acid which give 3 H plus ions? Suppose in the first case it is giving only 1 H plus, let's suppose. Then it will produce H2PO4 minus. It can donate one more proton? Yes. If you subtract the one more proton, you will get the second species, that is HPO4 minus 2. Can you remove one more proton? Yes. If you remove third proton, you will get finally what? PO4 3 minus. Now here, if you see H2PO4 minus, if you carefully observe, it contains 2 hydrogens. Further we can remove. That means this species containing acidic hydrogen and a negative charge species. It is negative charge, so it can easily accept the proton. Yes. So it can move in backward direction by accepting the proton, and also it can move in forward direction by donating the proton because it containing acidic hydrogen. So this species is amphoteric in nature because it is negatively charged ion with acidic hydrogen. And one more species we have, HPO4 minus 2. This is also amphoteric species because it is negative ion along with acidic hydrogens. Okay. Now come to here. One question is given. In the following, we have to identify what are A, B, C, D. Okay. Now here, if you carefully observe from A to C, if you carefully observe, what is the difference from A to C? Now in A, H2O molecules are 3 and 1 OH is there along with copper. But in right side, along with copper, there are 4 water molecules. That means here one water molecule will be increases by adding of 1 H plus to the OH minus. That means compound A is act as a base because it is a proton acceptor. Yes. Once compound A is base, obviously compound B should be acid. Yes. The proton is accepting from B. A accepting proton from B. If compound A is base, then what about the compound C, corresponding conjugate acid of A? And what about the D? D is the corresponding conjugate base of B. This is the important definition between conjugate acid and conjugate base. Okay. Now the first option, A is acid, B is base, that is incorrect. Next to A is base, B is acid. Yes, this is the correct statement. Now come to C statement. C is the conjugate acid of A. C is the conjugate acid of A. And D is the conjugate base of B. That is also correct. That means we have two options. Option B and option C both are correct. Okay. Now come to fifth question. Conjugate acid. Just now I told you conjugate acid must containing one proton excess. One proton excess means if you add the proton to amide ion, you will get ammonia. And one more important thing, amphoteric species among the following. Now here, do you know H3PO3 is a phosphorus acid or orthophosphorus acid? It is a diprotic acid. It can donate 2 protons. Okay, if you remove 1 H plus ion, you will get H2PO3 minus. Okay, now if you remove one more proton, so finally you will get HPO3 minus 2. Now here this species do not containing acidic hydrogen. Here no acidic hydrogen. This is very important because it is diprotic. If you have any doubt, see the structures of oxyacid of phosphorus in the N factor calculations of acids. Okay. Now this is containing only negative ion but no acidic hydrogen. That's why it is not amphoteric. This is very important. This is amphoteric. This is amphoteric because it containing negative charge along with acidic hydrogen. But in the option, first option, that is the HPO3 minus 2. So this is not the amphoteric species. That means option 1, that is in the first option we have. So this is not correct. Okay. In the second option also there is a 1. So this is also incorrect. All of these also incorrect. Only the left option is the option C. In option C, what we have? Compound 3 and compound 4. Okay. Now here OH minus is amphoteric species because H is acidic in nature. Now H2PO4 minus is also amphoteric in nature. Just now I told you here. And bicarbonate is also amphoteric. These are the three amphoteric species. So option should be 2, 3, 4. But here we have 3, 4 option is there. So that's why the answer will be the C option. Okay. Now come to here one question is given. Find the equilibrium constant for the reaction HA. That means HA acid is given, B minus is given, equilibrium, HB given and A minus given. Now here two acids are there, HA and HB. Let's suppose for HA acid, what is the equilibrium constant for HA acid? Ka is equal to product of the concentration of products divided by reactants. Okay. Now what is the equilibrium constant for HB acid? Dissociation constant. Okay. Kb is equal to, shall write H plus concentration into B minus concentration by HB concentration. Okay. Now Ka, Kb value is given 10 raised to minus 3 and 10 raised to minus 7. We have to calculate equilibrium constant for this reaction. Okay. What is the equilibrium constant here? Product of the concentration of the products divided by product of the concentration of the reactants. Are you getting my point? Now here what I am doing here, HB is there. I am writing in the denominator H plus concentration multiplied by B minus concentration. Similarly, I am multiplying H plus concentration in the numerator. A minus concentration already present here and HA concentration is already present here. I am multiplying and dividing by H plus ion concentration. If you see this term, the first term will be Kb. What is the second term? This will be HB by, sorry, this will be 1 by Kb. HB by, this will be 1 by Kb term and this will be the Ka term. So finally K equilibrium will be equal to Ka upon Kb. What is the Ka value given to you? 10 raised to minus 3 given to you. Kb value 10 raised to minus 7 given to you. So final answer will be 10 raised to 4. So what is the K equilibrium constant? 10 to the power 4. Now one more important concept here. If the K equilibrium greater than 1000, then almost reaction proceeds in forward direction. That means products are predominant over the reactants. Okay, that means here the reaction proceed in forward direction. That means HA should be strong acid and HB should be weak acid, because we know the acid base reaction always tending from strong to weak. Strong to weak. If the direction is asking, we have to write forward direction because K equilibrium more than 10,000. Okay. Now similarly there is a one more question related with the 7th question. Okay. Now what is the K equilibrium given to you? 10 raised to minus 4. Just now I told you, if the K equilibrium value greater than 10,000, the forward reaction favorable and products are predominant. If the K equilibria will be less than 10 to the power minus 3, then backward reaction favorable and reactants are predominant over the products. Okay. Now here, in this reaction what happens? Backward reaction favors. Which reaction favors? Backward reaction. In the backward reaction what happens? Hb and A minus combine to give Ha and B minus. That means Hb should be strong acid. Yes or no? And A minus should be strong base. And Ha should be weak acid. Because strong acid give weak acid. Okay? And B minus should be weak base. B minus should be what? Weak base. So these are the concepts. Okay? Now here, if you see, Hb strong acid, Ha weak acid, A minus strong base, A minus will be the strong conjugate base, B minus will be the weak conjugate base. Okay? Now see the first option. What is the first option given here? Hb is a stronger acid. Yes, this is correct. And Ha than Ha, that is correct. So option 1 is correct. Option 1 we have only in A and only in B. So A and B are our options. Okay. Now we have to see the exact answer, A or B. Now the next one, Ha is a stronger acid. No, option 2, second statement is incorrect. Second statement in AB there is no second statement. Okay, come to third statement. Ha, Hb have same acidity. No, Ha, Hb do not have same acidity because the reaction moving in backward direction. That means Hb should be more acidic than Ha. So statement 3 will be incorrect. Statement 3 will be incorrect means A will be incorrect. That means option B is only the right option. Are you getting my point? If you want to check the other options, you can check the other options also. Okay. Now, what is the strongest conjugate base of the following? Now here, if you add the proton, so you will get corresponding conjugate acid. That is the hypochlorous acid. This will be chlorous acid. This will be chloric acid, and this will be perchloric acid. Now if you see oxidation number of chlorine on the central atom, this will be +1, this will be +3, this will be +5, and this will be +7. Do you know, as the oxidation state increases on the central atom, the acidic nature of oxy acids also increases. This is the acidic nature of the compound. This is which order? Acidic strength order. Just now I told you in the tabular form also, perchloric acid will be the strongest acid. Okay. Now, if you remove the proton and then convert into corresponding conjugate base, then strong acid conjugate base is weak and weak acid conjugate base will be strong. So the order will be now reverse. Okay. This is basic character. Okay. Now the question is the strongest basic nature. This is the